Oh. कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविता शाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम् वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति परां गतिम् यः पिबन् सततं रामचरितामृतसागरम् अतृप्तस्तं मुनिं वन्दे प्राचेतसमकल्मषम् गोष्पतीकृतवाराशिं मशकीकृतराक्षसम् रामायण महामाला रत्नं वन्दे नीलात्मजम् अञ्जनानन्दनं वीरं जानकी शोकनाशनम् कपीशम् अक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम् मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारी परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं वाल्मीकिगिरिसम्बोधा रामसागरगामिनी पुनादिभुवनं पुण्या रामायण महानदी वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदप्राचेतसादासीद् साक्षात् रामायणात्मना आपतामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः मङ्गलं कौसलेन्द्राय महनीय गुणाब्धये चक्रवर्ती तनूजाय सार्वभौमाय मङ्गलम् सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Be there at the verse 26, I think, right? Now, having decided to explore the Ashoka Vatika or Ashoka Vanika, Hanumanji continued to see the beauty of the forest. I was just thinking today, no other character in Ramayana has been very elaborately dealt with in Valmiki Ramayan as much as Hanumanji is. An entire khanda is dedicated to him, meaning how important it is for Rama to discover Sita, this one character to which the entire khanda is given to see what he sees, to know what he thinks, to understand how he understands, to decide how he decides. I don't think Valmiki ji had given any other character this much of importance. That is to say, as in the Vedantic interpretation of the entire Ramayana, Hanumanji stands for Guru, who discovers the Shanti, the peace in our heart, in everybody's heart, one's own heart first, and then reveals to the world. Even for Sri Rama, the avatar of the Lord himself, Guru had become very important in the form of Hanumanji. So we must understand the importance of this particular episode, which comes as the most important link in the whole story. Thus here he proceeded on to explore Ashokavanika. Tato ambudara sangasham pravruddha shikaram girim vichitrakutam kutaischa sarvada parivaritam
शिलागृहैरवततं
नाना वृक्ष समावृतम ददर्श कपिशार्दूलः रम्यं जगति पर्वतम् ददर्श च नगात् तस्मात् नदीं निपतितां कपिः अंकादिव समुत्पत्य प्रियस्य पतितां प्रियां जले निपतिताग्रैश्च पादपैरुपशोभितां वार्यमाणामिव क्रुद्धां प्रमदां प्रियबन्धुभिः पुनरावृत्ततोयां च ददर्श च महाकपिः प्रसन्नाम् इव कान्तस्य कान्तां पुनरुपस्थिताम्. The beauty of any place is twofold. One is the beauty of the trees and plants, and the beauty of the mountains. We are blessed in California with that. A lot of mountains around here also. The Ambudhara Sankasham, Ambudhara, like that of the clouds, Ambum Dharati. Ambum Dharati, iti Ambudhara, that which is providing or distilling water. Ambudhara Sankasham, equal to that. Pravrutta Shikaram, a tall towers or tall summits. Girim Vichitrakutam, Chitrakuta, mountain. Kutaischa, peaks, Sarvataha Parivaritam, all around it, giving a more beauty to that entire forest of Ashokavanika. Shila Grihai Avatatam, Shila Grihai. Then also he found that the lot of various bows, what you call it as, and Shilagraha is stone houses, as you can say the caves, Nana Vriksha Samavrutam, which is covered by a lot of trees, Kabishardulaha Ramyam Jagati Parvatam Dadarsha. And he saw that also. And Nagat, from that very mountain, or the Chitrakuta, Tasmat Nagat Nadim Nipatitam Kapihi Dadarsha. Then they saw the river flow coming out of that mountains, Chitrakuta. And so Chitrakuta, which is otherwise known Trikuta. So when we were in Sri Lanka some years back, of course, we do not know whether exactly that is what, but we did see the 3 tall peaks of Lanka, which is there in the mountain. That they say that is the Trikuta mountains. And Angadiva Samutpatya Priyasya Patitam Priyam. Priyam Angad Patitam Priyam Priyasya Angadiva. It is beautifully, simile he puts here, like a wife of, or the dear loving lover of a person. She falls away from the thighs of the beloved. Meaning, so Angati means the thighs, Samutpatya, getting up or coming out, Priyasya Angat, Patitam Priyam, Jale Nipatita Agraischa, from the peaks the water had fallen. See, if you can understand the mountain as the husband and the Nadi as the wife, and the Nadi is coming out, I mean, in the same way as she comes out away from the husband. Padapaihi upashopitam, and also surrounded by the trees. Those trees which are on the way of the Nadi coming down, as though obstructing her. Such a beautiful idea. So they are all as though they are not allowing her to come out. Varyamanamiva kruddam pramadam priyabandhubihi. Priyabandhubihi varyamanamiva. Like the beloved from the Priya Varyamanamiva. So her own relatives are not allowing her to go away. So, we might have seen when the girl is getting married, and then after that, when she has to go to husband's house, how all of them cry, "Oh, you're going, will not see you again so easily, you are," especially if it is far away place, crying. What is called bida, right? Hindi mein bida detena, dena. Afterward, when she comes back, they cry, "Why are you coming back?" Okay, I'm not going. Not allowed. Going also not allowed. So, Priyabandhubihi varyamanamiva kruddam pramadam. But she wants to go away from her. See, in this case here, she is coming away from her husband, and all the relatives say, don't go. But she wants to go. She's very angry with him. So she's going away from him. See, if you go to Gangotri, you will see the way Gange is coming out. It's so powerful. Anything on the way, it will destroy it. And some places where it is trying to come out on the trees and other things overgrown would not allow, she will just force herself to come out. So in the same way, she is trying to come out. Pramadam, Kruddam, Pramada here, the lady, the beloved, the beautiful one. And Punaravrittatoyam cha dadarsha cha mahakavi. And some places the water turns around and goes back to the mountain. Gurudev called it as a U-turn. And especially Uttarakashi, if you go, and I think it is in Kashi, although Uttarakashi especially is very, very vividly seen, that the water coming from the northern side and then it takes a turn in that the area where Uttarakashi is, It turns around and as though going back to the northern side. Gurudev called it as going back to the self. Hari Om. So in the same way here, the water seems to be going back to the mountain. That is like what? Prasannamiva kantasya kantam punarupastita. Punarupastitam kantam kantasya prasannamiva. As though she is so happy again back about her husband, she's going back. झगड़ा कितने देर के लिए, कितने दिन के लिए? How long is the fight with the husband? Chalo, theek hai, I forgive you. So that way, so she is going back. The rain, the water is portrayed as a beautiful girl coming away from mountain, husband falling away, being even though trying to be stopped by the relatives, the trees, it just comes out and then afterwards turning. So this is how he was looking at it. Tasya durat sapan padminyah.
Tasya durat sapadminyah.
Nana dvijagana yutaha.
Nana dvijagana yutaha.
Dadarsha kapishardulah.
Dadarsha kapishardulah.
Hanuman marutatmajah.
Hanuman marutatmajah.
Putrimam dirghikam chapi.
Putrimam dirghikam chapi.
Purnam shitena varina.
Purnam shitena varina.
Manipravarasopanam.
Manipravarasopanam.
Muktasikata shobhitam.
Muktasikata shobhitam.
Vividai mrigasangaischa.
Vividhair mrigasanghaischa.
Vichitram chitrakananam.
Vichitram chitrakananam.
Prasade sumahadvischa.
Prasadai tumahadbhischa.
Prasade sumahadvischa.
Prasadai tumahadbhischa.
Nirmitair vishvakarmana.
Nirmitair vishvakarmana.
Kanane kutrimaischapi.
Kananai kutrimaischapi.
Krutrimai. Kanane krutrimaischapi.
Kananai kutrimaischahi.
Sarvada samalankritam.
Sarvata samalankrutam.
Ye kechit padapastastra.
Ye kechit padapastatra.
Pushpopagapalopagaha.
Pushpopaga falopagaha.
Sanchanna samvidasti savidarti savidartika. Sachanna savidardikaha.
Tachatraha savitartikaha.
Sarve sauvarna vedikaha.
Sarve sauvarna vedikaha.
Lata pradanair bahubihi.
Lata pratanair bahubihi.
Varnaischa bahubirvrutam.
Parnaischa bahubirvrutam.
Panchanim shimshupamekam.
Kanchanim shimshapakmekam.
Dadarsha samaha kapihi.
Dadarsha samaha kapihi.
Vrutam he mamayim asmayi bistu.
Vrutam he mamayi bhistu.
Vedika bihi samantatah.
Vedika bhi samantatah.
Sopashyad bhumi bhagamscha.
Sopasyad bhumi bhagamscha.
Naga prasravanani cha.
Naga prasravanani cha.
Suvarna vrikshanaparan.
Varna vrikshanaparan.
Dadarsha shikisannibhan.
Dadarsha shikhisannibhan.
Esham drumanam prabhaya.
Tesham drumanam prabhaya.
Meroriva mahakapihi.
Meroriva mahakapihi.
Amanyata tada viraha.
Amanyata tada viraha.
Kanchanosmiti sarvataha.
Kanchanosmiti sarvataha.
Kanchanan vrikshaganan.
तान् काञ्चनान् वृक्षगणान्
मारुतेन प्रकम्पितान्
मारुतेन प्रकम्पितान्
किङ्किणीशतनिर्घोषान्
किङ्किणीशतनिर्घोषान्
दृष्ट्वा विस्मयमागमत्
दृष्ट्वा विस्मयमागमत्
सुपुष्पिताग्रान् रुचिरान्
सुपुष्पिताग्रान् रुचिरान्
तरुणाङ्कुरपल्लवान्
तरुणाङ्कुरपल्लवान्
तस्य अधूरात् कपिशार्दूलः हनुमान् मारुतात्मजः ददर्श अधूरात्, not too far away, Padminyah ponds with lotus ponds, Nana Dvija Ganayutaha, various flocks of birds filled with them. And he also saw Krutrimam Dirgika Chapi Purnam Shitena Varina. In today's world only we think, in some of the developments in the cities, they create artificial lakes. Artificial lakes means actually it's not a regular, a real lake is not there. They create a huge digging of the huge place and water is filled with that from the nearby, whatever water source. Or the spring may be there and they create a lake out of it. Ravana did it. Kritrima means artificial. Then can you think about it? Just think. Kritrima Dirgika Chapurna Shritena Varina. They have created artificial lake there. Mani Pravara Sopanam with gems, best of the gem, Pravara and corals. Mani Pravara Sopanam Mukta Sikata Shobitam with the pearls as the sand. Bed. The bed of that very lake is none other than pearls. Sikata is the sand. Mukta Sikata Shobitam. Vividaihi Mrgasangaischa Vijitram Chitrakananam, with so many different various kinds of animals all over the place in that. Perhaps they have some 100,000 impalas. In South Africa, anywhere you see them. Prasadaihi Sumahatbhischa, with various beautiful palaces. Nirmitaihi Vishwakarmana. Vishwakarma, he himself has established that. Because Ravana being a one who had conquered all the three worlds, he had command over everybody. All the Devatas are under his command. So where is a question of any kind of, lack of wealth for him? Anything, Kubera was also under his control. So the entire wealth of the world can be used by him. Kananehi Kritribais Chapi Sarvataha. Artificial woods. What are you talking about? Nowadays, we are talking about, what do you call that? Engineered wood. We're talking about engineered wood. He had already created that. Engineered wood. So even the trees or the trees that are there around, some of them are made artificial. Kritri means artificial. Kanane Kritrimaischavi, Sarvadaha Samalankritam, Ye Kich Padapaha Tatra, whatever be the trees that were there, Pushpa Upakaha, Palopakaha, filled with flowers, and they have not said, at least now, artificial fruits and artificial flowers, that is not there. That nowadays, that is also there. Pushpopaga, Palopagaha. And Satchatraha, it's beautifully covering like a chatri, covering entire place. Savita Tirkaha, Savidardi. Savidarthi means a raised platform. Vidarthi means a raised platform, like a podium. Sarve Sauvarna Vedikaha with golden platforms. It's not wood or anything. Lata Pratane Bahupihi. Very well covered by lot of the overgrown creepers. Parnescha Bahubihi Vrutam, covered with various kinds of leaves also of the trees. Kanchanim Shimshapam Ekam. At that place, one single lonely Ashoka tree he found. Coming closer, he saw among the entire place one Ashoka tree exclusively. Mahakabihi Dadarsha. Vrutam Hemamayim Memamayibihi with Vedikabihi, and covered by or nearby that there was a golden platform, Samantataha, very well spread there, all around that very Ashoka tree. Saha apashyat bhumi bhagamscha nagaprasravani. And also there is a small opening on the floor, bhumi bhagam, and there was also a mountain stream, nagaprasravani. And everywhere suvarna vrikshan aparan, and also golden trees around. Dadarsha Shikisannipan, like that of the flame of the fire flame. The gold color of the trees are shining like that of the flame or the tongue of the fire. And Tesham Drumanam Prabhaya, because of the golden trees around, and the tall ones, Mero Riba Mahakabihi, like the Meru mountain, he saw that Prabha or the splendor of that. Amanyata Tata Viraha. And he thought that because of the very tall golden kind of trees that were there, he also felt himself having the color of gold. Kanchana asmi iti sarvada. He's also shining like a gold. I am gold. I'm not old. I am gold. Kanchana asmi iti sarvada. Tan kanchanan vrikshaganan marutena prakampitan. And now, because he was there, and he also, obviously, wherever he went, his father was also there, Maruti. So the Maruti entered there, and it also started to shake that entire place. All the vrikshas are being shaken by the wind. Tan kanchanan vrikshaganan marutena prakampitan, and because of which kinkini shata nirgoshan drishtva vismayam agamagat. And because of the shaking of the trees, the sound like that of the jingle bells. Kinkini shata, hundreds of jingle bells, as though, making sound in this way. Nirgoshan drishtva, seeing that, vismayam agamat. He started to wonder beautifully. This place is enchanting. Mind is not going anywhere. Such a place is, I am capturing the mind. Supushpita gran, and which so much of flowers all over. Ruchiran, beautiful. Taruna Ankura Pallavan. Young shoots and leaves everywhere. And this is so the description of that. Now he has come close to the point of where perhaps, and he thinks here, this place is so beautiful, even much more beautiful than the palace of Ravana, because this is, somewhat very natural, open trees and plants and rivers and other things. So I'm sure if at all Sita had to be around, she would not like to confine herself into the palace. because having lived in the forest for a long time, for almost 13 and a half years, she would have started to love, because she lived more in the forest than anywhere else so far in the near past. So very likely she would take greater delight to be with the nature than in confined palaces. So therefore, Tamaruhya Mahavegah
तामारुह्य महावेगः
Shimshapam Parnasambratam
हिंशपां पर्णसंवृताम्
Ito Drakshyami Deidehim
इतो द्रक्ष्यामि वैदेहीम्
Ramadarshana Lalasam
रामदर्शनलालसाम्
Itaste Dascha Dukkartam
इतश्चेतश्च दुःखार्ताम्
Sampadantim Yadrichaya
सम्पतन्तीं यदृच्छया
Ashokavanika Cheyam
अशोकवनिका चेयम्
Dridam Ramya Duratmanah
दृढं रम्या दुरात्मनः
Chandanais Champakais Chapi
चिन्दनैश्चम्पकैश्चापि
Chandanai Pogulais Vibhushita
बकुलैश्च विभूषिता
Yam Chanalini Ramya
इयं च नलिनी रम्या
Dvijasangani Shevita
द्विजसङ्घनिषेविता
Imam Sa Raja Mahishi
इमां सा राजमहिषी
Nunam Yeshyati Janaki
नूनम् एष्यति जानकी
Sa Rama Raja Mahishi
सा रामा राजमहिषी
Ragavasya Priyasati
राघवस्य प्रिया सती
Vanasanchara Kushala
वनसञ्चारकुशला
Druvameshyati Janaki
ध्रुवमेष्यति जानकी
Adava Mrgashavakshi
अथवा मृगशावाक्षी
Vanasya Asya Vichakshana
वनस्यास्य विचक्षणा
Vanameshyati Sadhyeha
वनमेष्यति साध्येह
Ramachinta Sukarshita
रामचिन्ता सुकर्षिता
Ramashokapisantapta
रामशोकाभिसन्तप्ता
Sa Devi Vamalochana
सा देवी वामलोचना
Vanavasarata Nityam
वनवासरता नित्यम्
Eshyate Vanacharini
एष्यते वनचारिणी
Tam Aruhya Tam Shimshupam Aruhya Shimshupa Ashoka tree. So Ashoka Briksham Tam Briksham Shimshupa, that's right, therefore it is feminine. Tam Aruhya Mahavegah, the one who is fast in his movement. Parna Samvrutam Shimshapam, filled with leaves, this very Ashoka tree having climbed, and he started to think, Ito Drakshyami Vaidehim. Itaha, from here I would see Vaidehi, Rama Darshana Lalasam, ever seeking to see Rama. She's constantly looking for, again and again, where would Rama would come? When will he come to take me? Idascha. She's moving, she must be moving around here and there. Dukkhartha, filled with sorrow, grief. Sampadantim yadrichaya, moving about her according to her own wish, because she definitely would not be very happy to be here sitting in one place. Ashoka vanika cha iyam tridam ramya duratmanah. No doubt this very forest of Ashoka trees are very delightful to this duratmanah Ravanasya. For the Ravana, it must be a very special place, because it also has Chantanaihi, Champakaihi cha api, and also Chantana trees, Champaka trees, Bakula trees, Vibhushita. and decorated by that. Yam cha nalini ramya, even the lilies that are there in the ponds are so beautiful. Dvija sanga nishevita, filled with a lot of birds that are flocks of them are here. Imam sa Raja Maharshi, this place indeed would be Raja Maharshi's for Sita, queen of that kingdom of, actually she would be the queen eventually, or she was, if Rama has been taken as the prince, obviously she would be the queen at that point. Noonam Eshyati Janaki, for sure she would love to be in this place only, not inside the palace. Sa Rama Raja Maharshi, again, Raghavasya Priya Sati, in being the very dear of chaste Sati, the chaste wife and beloved of Rama, Vanasanchara Kushala. Earlier, remember when she was about to leave, Rama had warned her there will be so much of danger there, and then thorns will be there, overgrown shrubs and thick forest and dark, lonely, nobody would be there, and you will be all by yourself. She took the challenge to be with him for 13.5 years, and she started to enjoy forest more than anywhere else. So therefore, Vanasanchara Kushala, she has become so fond of the forest. Dhruvam Eshyati Janaki. Therefore, she would definitely, for sure, would love to seek to be here in this place. Atava, or Mrigashava Akshi. Mrigashava means Mriga is deer. Shava is the female deer. Mrigashava Akshi, one who has the eyes like that of the female deer. Vanasya Asya Vichakshana. She knows. She has become now an expert in living in the forest, for she could take the flowers and roots and live in that kind of a diet food and live in close contact with the wild beasts, animals, and then birds and various. So she become Vichakshana expert. Vanam Yeshyati sa adya iha. She only would love to be in a forest. Manam Yeshyati sa adya iha. Ramachinta Sukarshita. Our body has become emaciated by the very thought of Rama only all the time. Rama Shoka Abhisantapta, being continuously grieving, heated up by the thought of very Rama himself. Sa Devi Vamalochana. Vama here is beautiful. So beautiful eyes, she who has Devi. Vanavasa Rata Nityam. Always she loves to stay and move about in the forest. Eshyate Vanacharini. She would love to be here. So he's assuring himself, if I have not found her anywhere, and this is the most beautiful place in Ravana's entire area, and the inside all of them are none other than the material things. But she, who has lived in the forest, would not like to there, and he is more and more hopeful she would be here. Vane charanam satatam.
Vane charanam satatam.
Noonam sprihayate pura.
Noonam spruhayate pura.
Ramasya dayita charya.
Ramasya dayita charya.
Janakasya suta sati.
Janakasya tuta sati.
Sandhya kalamanas shyama.
Sandhya kalamana shyama.
Dhruvameshyati Janaki.
Dhruvameshyati Janaki.
Nadim che mam shubhachalam.
Nadim che mam shubhajalam.
Sandhyarte varavarnini.
Sandhyarte varavarnini.
Tasyāschāpyanurūpeyam.
Tasyāschāpyanurūpeyam.
Ashokapanika shubha.
Ashokavanika shubha.
Shubhaya Parthivendrasya.
Shubhaya Parthivendrasya.
Patni Ramasya Sammata.
पत्नीरामस्य सम्मता
यदि जीवति सा देवी
यदि जीवति सा देवी
ताराधिपनिभानना
ताराधिपनिभानना
आगमिष्यति सावश्यम्
आगमिष्यति तावश्यम्
इमां शीतजलां नदीम्
इमां शीतजलां नदीम्
एवं तु मत्वा हनुमान् महात्मा
एवं तु मत्वा हनुमान् महात्मा
प्रतीक्षमाणो मनुजेन्द्रपत्नीम्
प्रतीक्षमाणो मनुजेन्द्रपत्नीम्
आवेक्षमानश्च ददर्श सर्वम्
आवेक्षमाणश्च ददर्श सर्वम्
सुपुष्पिते पर्णघने निलीनः
सुपुष्पिते पर्णघने निलीनः
वनेचराणां सततं पुरा. In the past, Nunam spruhyate. In the past, she was living in the forest only, and for Nunam, indeed, spruhyate. Spruhayate, she would love. Spruha means to desire, seek. She seeks to be here. Ramasya Dayita, the most beloved of Rama, Charya, Cha Arya, and also very noble. Janakasya Sudha, Sati, chaste son, daughter of Janaka. Sandhya Kala Manaha, Shama, Shama, the beautiful one. She, Sandhya Kala means not necessarily evening. Sandhi means a meeting of the day with the night, or any kind of two meeting is called Sandhi. And then Sandhya means early morning is also the night meeting the day. So that point, Sandhya Kalamana, Dhruvam Eshyati Janaki, she will surely come here. Nadi cha imam Shubhajalam, because this water is having so pure water. Sandhyarte Varavarni. See, that is the tradition. Not only the men were are having the discipline, were having the discipline of worship of the sun, both the times, and three times actually, at the time early morning, midday, as well as in the evening. All the three times they need to do Sandhya Vandanam, the worship of the Lord Sun at the time of entry into the day and exit from the day, as well as the midday. It is said to be the tradition of worshipping is there. Even for women, it is said at the time when the sunrise takes place and sunset takes place, the prayers are prescribed. And therefore, she definitely would come near the water, because offering water is most important at the time of Sandhya. So that therefore she would, even though she is living in the abode of Ravana, who do not have any kind of such samskaras, but she will definitely, we cannot say that Ravana would have had, because he's basically being a born out of Brahmana. So obviously he will have, and he is worshipper of Shiva, she will definitely will have those traditions maintained in himself also. But especially here, it is said that Sita would come for the Sandhya prayers. So it's actually prescribed that one should do, if possible, that one should do the Sandhya near the water, where there is a natural water, not the tap water. Natural water where the nadi is there, not allowed in lakes and ponds, because that is not considered as holy, because it's stagnant water. Running water is what is considered as the most auspicious for worship of sun. And because you have to pick it up and then offer it onto the ground with the mantras. So here, she will Sandhyarte Vanavarani, she Varavarnini, the best of one, Sita would come. Tasyascha api anurupam Ashokavanika. Indeed, this is the most fitting place for her to live. And Shubha was Ashokavanika Shubha Ya. There should be split into two words, but it's written Shubhaya. Shubha Ya Parthivendrasya Patni. Ya Patni, that very wife of Parthiva Indrasya, that is the Prithvi. Parthiva means Prithvi Putraha Parthiva. Parthiva Indrasya. Here, Prithvi Putraha means it does not mean Arjuna here. What does it mean? So the here also, he is also called Partha. So Parthiva Indrasya, that is Rama. Patni Ramasya Sammata. So she is indeed the most, Sammata here means most accepted, most close to. Sammata also means agreeable. Sammata Ramasya. Yahi Jivati Sa Devi. She lives here only. Tara Adipa Nibhanana. One whose face resembles that of the moon. Tara Adipa. Agamishyati. She will come. Sa Avashyam Avashyati. She will definitely come. Imam Shita Jalam Nadim. Towards this cold water of this river. Evam tu matva Hanuman, thinking this way, Hanuman, Mahatma, pratikshamanaha, waited for her. Manujendra patnim pratikshamanaha, waiting for Sita to arrive. Avekshamanascha datascha sarvam, supushpite parnagane nilinaha. Hidden behind the cluster of leaves, supushpite Parnagane, between the leaves, with the very beautifully flower-laden, filled with leaves, he hid himself, Nilinaha, Sarvam Dadarsha, he Avekshamanascha, as he was waiting, looking carefully at this point. Ityashri Srimad Ramayane Valmiki Adikavye Sundarakande Chaturdasaha Sarga. Now, did he see again ? No, we'll see here. We have time for that. Savikshamanas-tatrastaha.
Savikshamanas-tatrastaha.
Margamanascha Maithilim.
Margamanascha Maithilim.
Avekshamanascha Nadi Mahim.
Avekshamanascha Mahim.
Sarvam tam anvavekshata.
Sarvam tam anvavekshata.
Santana kalatabhischa.
Santana kalatabhischa.
Padapairupasobhitam.
Padapairupasobhitam.
Divyakandarasopetam.
Divyagandharasopetam.
Sarvadasamalankritam.
Sarvatassamalankritam.
Tam sanandana sankasham.
Tam sanandana sankasham.
Mrigapakshibhiravritam.
Mrigapakshibhiravritam.
Armyaprasada sambhadam.
Harmyaprasada sambadham.
Okilakulaniswanam.
Kokilakulanitvanam.
Kanchanotpalapadmabhihi.
Kanchanotpalapadmabhihi.
Vapibhihi upashobhitam.
Vapibhirupashobhitam.
Bhakvasana kutopetam.
Bahvasanakutopetam.
Bahubhumi grihayutam.
Bahubhumi gruhayutam.
Sarvartu kusumai ramyaihi.
Sarvartu kusumairamyaihi.
Palavadbhischa padapaihi.
Palavadbhischa padapaihi.
Pushpityanam ashokanam.
Pushpitanam ashokanam.
Diya suryodaya prabham.
Shriya suryodaya prabham.
Deeptam iva tatrasto.
Pradiptamiva tatrasto.
Maruti samudaikshata.
Marutis samudekshata.
Nishpatra shakam vihagaihi.
Nishpatra shakam vihagaihi.
Kriyamanam ivasakrita.
Kriyamanamiva sakrit.
Vinishpada Minishpadadbihi shadashchitraihi. Minishpadadbihi shadashchitraihi.
Vinishpatadbihi shatashat-chitraihi.
Shadashaha. Okay. Minishpadadbihi shadashaha.
Vinishpatadbihi shatashaha.
Chitrai pushpavatam sakaihi. Pushpavatam sakaihi.
Chitraihi pushpavatam sakaihi.
Amula pushpa rachitaihi.
Samula pushparachitaihi.
Ashokai shokanashanaihi.
Ashokaihi shokanashanaihi.
Pushpabharadibharaischa.
Pushpabharatibharaischa.
Sprushadbihi iva medinim.
Prushadbhivariva medinim.
Karnikarai kusumitaihi.
Karnikaraihi kusimitaihi.
Kimshukaischa supushpitaihi.
Kimshukaischa supushpitaihi.
Tadesha prabhaya tesham.
Sadesha prabhaya tesham.
Pradipta iva sarvataha.
Pradiptaiva sarvataha.
One of the commentators had said, the beauty of the Ashoka Vanika is being described so elaborately, and in contrast to that, Valmiki also will write that the state of mind of Sita, which is so sorrow-stricken, grieving, and that is to show the contrast. Even though the place is so beautiful as it has been described, but from the standpoint of Sita, it doesn't make any change. It is to say that wherever we are, our state of mind determines how much we enjoy it. Even the most beautiful place in a depressing mind is not of any great help. Many people say, if you're depressed, go to a vacation or go to some place and this and that, just to distract yourself. On the other hand, if the mind is calm and beautiful, even the most chaotic place will be great joy. Yoga ratova, bhoga ratova, sangha ratova, sanghavihina, yasya brahmani ramate chittam, nandati, nandati, nandati eva. So here, from the standpoint of Hanuman, who is eager to see Sita, was not depressed. He was curious. The curiosity in the mind is able to watch everything very carefully, brilliantly, minutely, mindfully. And he is not missing a point because he is looking for her, and therefore he is looking at everything carefully and relating everything to Sita. This place, no. This girl, no. This person, no. This place which is beautiful, yes, thinking about Sita, whom he has never met. He has no idea. It's all described by Rama, only is going by that. So here, even though he is looking, sa vikshamanaha tatrastaha, standing there, margamanascha maithilim, even though he's looking for her, avekshamanascha mahim sarva tam anvavekshata. Avekshamanascha mahim, looking at the huge area of the sarvam mahim, entire place, earth, tam anvavekshata, following continuously, carefully. Santanaka latabhischa. Santanaka is again the tree of Ashoka. Latabhischa, the grove, Ashoka grove with a lot of leaves. Padabaihi upashobhitam. Various trees are there. Divya gandha rasa upedam. Also, there are divine smells that are coming there because of the clusters of leaves and flowers. Sarvada samalankritam, decorated everywhere. Tam saha nandana sankasham. It appeared to be like that of the Garden of the Eden, Garden of the Heaven, paradise. That is called Nandana. Mrigapakshir avrutam, filled with all the various birds and animals. Harmya prasada sambhadam, and all around are the harmya, the mansions and palaces. Kokilakula niswanam, and also there are cuckoo birds and kokila akula means they are singing. Niswanam, the sound of them. Kanchana utpala padmabihi, and the fully blossomed beautiful lilies there. Padmabihi, lotuses. Vapi bihi, by those kind of water ponds. Upashobhitam, decorated or brilliantly shining there. Bahuasana kutobedam. It looked like the place also had on the golden platform, as it is said, Bahu asana kutah upedam. It looked like that of, it is endowed with the kuta. Kuta means carpet of Bahu asana. So the very most, precious seat that was there, the carpet. Bahubihi, and also Bahu Bhumigrhayutam. Also there were considered to be Bahu. Bhumigraha means underground. Bhumigraha. But you can also say so many places which are considered as a place to stay, place to lie down, place to sit, etc. Rooms. Bahu Bhumigraha yutam. Griha yutam. Sarva Rutu Kusumaihi. And the flowers that were all season. All Sarva Rutu Kusumaihi. Sramyaihi, which are enchanting. Falabadbhischa Patabaihi, with the trees which had filled with the various fruits. Pushpitanam Ashokanam Shriya Suryodaya Prabham. And those flowers which are brilliantly there, and they look like as though like a Surya Udaya Prabham, brilliant like that of the early morning sun shining. Pradiptam iva tastrastaha, as though they are being fully lightened up. Tatrastaha Marutihi Samudakshada. Maruti, Hanuman, he looked at it. Nishpatra Shakam Vihagaihi. The Vihagaihi Kriyamanam Iva Asakrit. Suddenly, because the birds that were there started to fly away from the trees, and because of that, I had seen one particular video where a tree filled with leaves, and suddenly there was some wind. All the birds go away. Actually, there are no leaves. Actually, the birds themselves look like leaves. And suddenly when all of them go away, it's barren. From the distance, it looked like it's filled with all the birds. So here also, actually the birds were all there. When they leave, when they fly away, leaves leave also. Nishpatra shaka. No leaves at all. Vihagaihi kriyamana. Asakrit, suddenly. So when there are no leaves there, vinishpadbihi, when there are no padadbihi, when there are no birds there, shatasha chitraihi pushpa avadamsakaihi, pushpa, full of flowers which have even the flowers which are coming down, lying down. Avadamsa means they are hanging down. Avadamsakaihi. Samula pushpa rachitaihi. And the flowers that are coming down all the way up to the root. Samula pushpa rachitaihi ashokaihi, of the Ashoka tree, various flowers. Shokanashane, looking at them, there will be no sorrow at all, really speaking. That's why they are called Ashoka. So looking at the beauty, you lose all your sorrow. But even in that place, one who had Shoka is none other than Sita. Why? because nothing can replace Rama. Nothing can replace the beloved Rama. So, Pushpa Bharadi Adibharaischa, because of the flowers which are laden more and more, Sprushad Bhiraiva Medinim, and then as though they are touching the flower, the earth completely, and as though they are coming all the way down to touch the floor. Karnikara, Kusuma, Kusumita, Kimshuka, these are all the various kinds of trees that were there. All of them. Supushpitaihi Sadeshaha Prabhaya Tesham Pradipta Eva Sarvataha. Tesham Prabhaya, because of their brilliance, Sarvataha Pradipta Eva Sadeshaha. Every place is completely brightened up. See, in fact, the flowers brighten up the place. When you have a beautiful, fully blossomed flowers, that's why we decorate the Lord with flowers, because the brightness and the colors of the flowers will give such a bright, beautiful splendor to the entire place. Any amount of light you put, artificial lights and all they put, blinking lights, and flowers can replace. Now, yesterday there was a report that now people are eating edible flowers. Edible flowers, flowers that are eatable, flowers that are actually medicinal. I remember, I think I also mentioned to you some time back that once when I was talking to Swami Swarupanji, we were walking around in during our marathon camp. We had a lot of time, going around in our ashram in PRC. Plenty of time we had to just to chat and exchange thoughts, etc. At that time, he said, when we say Yopam Pushpam Veda Pushpavan Prajavan Pashman Bhavati Chandramava Apam Pushpam Pushpam, again and again Pushpam comes. The Ayurveda had specifically mentioned that not only the leaves and herbs have got medicinal qualities, flowers have got enormous amount of medicinal qualities which we have completely ignored. Especially the Western world has ignored that. But the flowers are medicinal. That is why offering flowers to the Lord is considered as the most important thing. And consuming those flowers also is now coming to a trend, because now they have discovered that some of the flowers are more potent, especially when they have the pollen. Those pollens, some of them are extremely powerful in curing certain diseases which others cannot, because they are so fresh. So, and that is yet to be discovered by the West, about how they can be used for curing diseases. So here, next we'll see tomorrow. Hopefully, there will be a glimpse of Sita for Hanumanji. Who is chanting?
Aganita Gunagana Bhushana Rama Asrita Vassala Jaya Jaya Rama Ayodhyavasi Sita Rama Apad Bandhava Jaya Jaya Rama Dasharatha
Nandana Sri Rama Dashamukhamardana
Jaya Jaya Rama Kausalya Sukhavardhana Rama Kamita Malada
Jaya Jaya Rama Papa Vimochana Sri Rama
Pattabhirama
Jaya Jaya Rama Janaki
Jivana Sita Rama Jaya Raghurama Jaya Siya Rama Vanara Sevita Sri Rama Varidhi Vandana Jaya Jaya Rama Hanumat Pujita Sita Rama Sri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। श्री राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम।
सिया
सिया रामचंद्र
रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।